because a guy that gets criticized a lot is Nick Saban.
Of course.
He's had guys in the offseason get into trouble and he doesn't take them off the field. And he's explained his reason why, and he stands by his reasons why he doesn't take them off the field. He'll find different ways to get the message across to them, and others do. And I've always been that, because I agree with you, take a player's time away, and that really is painful. The other side of that is, do you discipline the one that hurts and then hurt the team? Right. You almost think like in the Florida situation, 7 guys should, then you start to think, should he have split it up? You know, some of you missed the first game, some of you missed the next game. 7 guys missing a monster game, because I get it, and that's the message. And I think overall, I think most people will generally agree, listen, you do something wrong, you got to be punished for it. And it's a punishment. They're not playing a directional school in the opening game.
Right.
You know, this is a big game. We see a decent amount of big games in college football right now. But I'm sure there are those that say, man, couldn't he suspend 3 and then maybe 4 the next game, or find another way, because now you're hurting the team. But you have to get a message across to players when they're doing something wrong that has to be felt. And it's like the old adage, when you do something wrong in practice, the team pays for it.
Absolutely.
You know, how many times have you seen a player does something wrong, and then the player will stand right next to the coach as the other players are all running and saying, you did this, they're paying. And that's what those players are going to have to deal with as they go in the locker room and don't put their uniforms on to play against Michigan, is what they could have cost their team.
You know, he's fairly new at Florida, and I think you do have to set that precedence. You know, it's not just what you look at it on the flip side. It's not just one guy.
Right.
It's the one guy that you can send a message to that means the most to the team, that hopefully reflects to the other players, especially the fact they have so many new starters, a lot of younger players going to be playing. So I think he made the right move. And listen, you know, you're right. It's sad that the message across college football is spread it out, you know, or let's push it to the end here and see what we can happen, see what happens. You said it now, you move on, and then the players that are on the field have to deal with it.